We are the keepers of the flame, the sacred order. Let the ceremony begin.
On today, Faithful Acolytes, we take a look at this. And what we're doing today, well, you saw it from the title, we're looking at Zaxby's 3 hottest sauces. We've got this one, this sort of darker red one, which is what they're calling the Insane. Sort of this more medium red one, which is what they're calling Nuclear. And these, which is the Tongue Torch. And trying to think of the best way to do this. I think what I'm going to do is actually get a plate and we'll look at it with the white point. Okay, so let's start with the Tongue Torch. This one actually has ingredients. Let's see if we can pull any of those in now. Well, looks like probably this is a cayenne sauce, unless I'm missing my guess. Mustard seed too. What? Maybe a sweet cayenne sauce? Okay, well, there we go. Let's just pour it here. So this is the Tongue Torch. And in the middle, this is what I understand to be the Nuclear. Smells kind of tomatoey. And this is what I understand. I just got all over my hand. What I understand to be the Insane. So Insane is by far the hottest. I want to say this. The Tongue Torch, I think they gave it 2. The Nuclear, they give it 3. And the Insane, they give a 5. So I just wanted to kind of show you guys the increasing levels of darkness and redness in the sauce. See, they all kind of just hang out really nicely together like that. And it's almost like Mickey Mouse here. So I imagine that you never expected me to make Mickey Mouse out of hot sauce, but at least in this channel. But okay, let's put that over there, and we're gonna go for the visuals out of the way. I'm going to go for a little solo taste test. We'll start with this tongue spank. All right. Ew, that's not good. So it's really sour. It's I would put it at maybe a lightly sweet cayenne. Oh, I don't like that though. That's not a good sauce. Here is the Nuclear. There's no heat to that other one that I could pick up. All right, so Nuclear. It's almost like if you crossed a marinara with that Tongue Torch sauce. Little prickling of heat. It's maybe approaching where I would call a 1. Well, when I get into the strips, we'll get into that more. Okay, so last but not least, I hope, is the Insane. I don't like the tongue feel of that, particularly. This one definitely has a lot more chili flavor to it. This one's actually not bad. So the insane is okay. I would say that's maybe a 2 at this point. So we have none for the tongue torch. We have the nuclear that is maybe pushing a 1. We'll get more into that. And we have the insane, which is maybe pushing a 2, which is pretty respectable for a fast food chain. All right, so all right. No, I'm not gonna do this. I'm just gonna use these cups, these handy dandy dipping cups. So I've got here these Zaxby chicken fingers. Which I'm like they taste fine. They're just small. I'm not super a fan of these. Oh man. Oh. This just tastes cheap. I hate the sweetener. Oh man, this is disgusting. Well, I'm not gonna be doing a lot of this. Let's see if we can get any heat at all out of this. I have a touch of residual heat from this insane, but it's going away. Oh man, this sauce is foul. And get that out of my face. Heck. All right. Oh, I've got 7 fingers. All right. Well, the winner of these 2 sauces will be whatever I have the 3 on instead of just 2. All right. On to, what this one was? Nuclear, I think. Ooh. Well, this is going to be easy. This marinara aspect to this, I really don't like. This is, it's equally as awful as a tongue torch, just in a different way. Man. But we're going to try to see if we can get any heat out of this, so. Can we get to a 1? Ah, man. This is a struggle. I'm going to be straight honest with you guys. This is pushing really hard. And what's interesting is that this one is obviously a dipping sauce. These 2 are wing sauce, so they will sauce your entire plate of these things with this sauce if you do that. Man, that's like a sentence. It's like a punishment. Ah, man. Nope, that's repulsive. I mean, certainly, you know, if you're a chili head, you'll come across your share of bad sauces. And I will say this, most restaurant chains will have the worst. The worst of the worst is almost invariably with those guys. Which is surprising to me. But, alright, so here is... Well, this sticks really well. This is the insane. So I didn't get to a 1 with the nuclear. Didn't even get there. Let's see how the insane does if we can... By itself, I was pegging it kind of at a 2. Let's just see if we can get more out of it. There's a little bit of that funk. That sort of Italian seasoning funk to this too. I don't like that. This one's better though. A lot more pepper flavor. It's got a little bit of oily something on the top of this one. Let's I wonder if there's an extract at play here. I am making a total mess out of my pour table. Let's do this. All right. Oh, gotta have that lid. All right. This is an okay sauce. Really, I would call the heat mild. My tolerance honestly isn't particularly high right now. There's no challenge at all to this. You know, I expected that though. Alright, so this is just a stepped up version of, I think, the nuclear. A little bit more pepper flavor. I'm pretty sure there is an extract in this, huh? That's what all the fudging with the flavor, I'm sure, is trying to disguise. With extract, you get a really specific burn. You get a really specific heat in your mouth, I found. It's pretty mild, but it's definitely present with this. Yeah, I'll give this a 2. Alright. Very okay-ish sauce. Alright, so let's wrap up. Flavor-wise, I liked exactly this many. That's the big 0. The tongue torch, no heat. The nuclear by itself had a little prickling of heat, but with food, pretty much absent. The, what's the last? Oh, insane. The insane had a respectable amount of heat for a chain. Credit where it's due. I would give that a 2. It's an artificial heat. There's a little bit more pepper flavor. It's basically the nuclear stepped on. We get these really kind of funky Italian seasoning notes to it that I don't like. But of the 3, that was the best tasting, but none of those were particularly good tasting. I'm not going to eat any of these again. It's kind of like Buffalo Wild Wings too. Their sauces, like their very, very hottest sauce, I don't find palatable, but the one right below it, I think tastes okay enough and has enough heat that I can live with it. That is kind of where this insane is approaching. But I wouldn't want to eat a lot of this because the flavor, it's not a great flavor. And I think that's kind of the problem with all of these. And Zaxby's too is a bit of, I mean, it's kind of an expensive chain. You know, they have really cool stuff like cheddar cheese bites and stuff like that. And that's great. Fried pickles. They a lot of fried stuff. I didn't get any of that. But they have, I mean, it's a lot of cool stuff, a little bit novel stuff you don't always see from restaurants. But, I mean, as far as sauces, I think they're missing pretty wildly here. Kind of reminds me of the 3-pepper sauce from Arby's, where I'm expecting heat and it's just, bleh. And that's really, I think, what I wound up getting here. But anyway, that was the Zaxby's 3 hottest sauce flavors, or Zauce flavors, because you like to use Z's instead of S's, which were namely the tongue torch, the nuclear, and the insane, and none of them are worth eating again. And only the insane had an appreciable amount of heat. So there you go. Now you know. And from here,
Go forth in peace to serve the flame.